I don't know what to think about this one.
I just saw a black woman. Okay, let me start over. It will make sense. Just hear me out. My grandma was a very important person in my life. She was very open-minded, kind of a heavy evergreener. She was kind of a hippie. Anyway, she had property up in Mount Rainier, and next to her property was this really big river, and we would go there and we would like take rocks. And we'd always look for rocks that had like really crazy patterns on it, like white streaks going down, or ones that look like granite, or maybe it was shaped like a heart. Like we just tried to find the most unique rocks. And when I was picking out all these rocks and I showed my grandma, she wasn't disappointed, but she was just like, very cute, very cute. And then she said, have you ever tried to find a rock that was very dark? I mean, very dark, almost black. And I was like, no. Like, I like the ones that have like stuff all over them. And she...
Hello, brothers and sisters. I hope you're doing fine wherever you are today. There's a video that I want us to watch, really, really important, especially to the black people. I got this video from a channel called Reaper. I think this gentleman comes from the Caribbean, most probably Jamaica. But there is an important video that he shares on his channel that I think it is important for us to talk about as people, so that we get to see how other people see about us, because sometimes most of the things that are being put out there about black people, they are negative things. But did you know that there are a couple of people who also sees you like differently, which I think it's an important aspect of every part of the story that we need to hear. And I think it is that time that we are tired of hearing negative stereotypes about black people. It is time for us to get the positive message about black people. And this woman, probably she's at 30s, you know, she said she tries to tell a story, and she shares with us a story that I believe it's important, which the story was given by her grandma. Why am I saying this story is important? Because we are always having one side of the story. Some people have one side of the story about black people, and it is time for us to know that we have people that appreciate us the way we look, that appreciate us how we conduct ourselves, and that appreciate the melanin that we have. You've heard from different places how a black person is a person who is well blessed with different things, talented, handsome, beautiful, one of the most brightest people that we ever found in the world, including one of them are black people, right? Scientifically, this is something that has been there, it has been proven. And this compound, this melanin, that it is naturally endowed in our body, it's really, really important for us to get to know and get to understand. I don't want to say much. I want us to watch this video. Most probably I'll be back and we'll talk about this, because this is an important part of black history that most of us need to know, because especially in a world like today that people are struggling with self-hate, people don't like the way they look, you need to know that there are people that really value the way you look, and it's not like you need a validation for you to know that, because this is something which is true. So I want us to watch this video. As usually know, I'll be back with my commentary. If you're watching this video for the first time, I'll most definitely ask you to subscribe to the channel, join our membership, and really get to see what we can offer you. Until then, let's dive right to the video. I'll be back.
She said, well, these are beautiful, but if you ever find a rock that is very dark, if you pull it out of the water, if you pull it out of the river and the water is still on it and you shine it in the sun, it's the most beautiful rock there is. I mean, gorgeous. And I thought, like, okay. And it really wasn't that big of a deal to me as a kid, because I thought, like, okay, whatever, it's just a rock. And I want ones that have patterns all over them. Grandma, in that conversation, told me, oh, I'm gonna cry. She told me that there was this man that worked with her when she used to work in these like chemical labs, and he was black. And she said that when they were inside, that he was a handsome man, but he was truly the most gorgeous person she'd ever seen. when they would go outside for breaks, she said he was usually sweating a little bit from working, and when we go outside, we get like a little bit of a break. The water or the sweat that was going down his face, it would just kind of sit down his head or on his cheekbones, and she said he had to have been the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. She said, and it reminded me of these rocks that I would find from the river. They truly are the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. They just glisten in the sun. And I just thought that was really sweet. And I was in my living room today, and I was looking at some rocks that the girls had collected. I looked out my living room window, and there was this girl, this black woman, with very dark complexion, walking down my street. And I know everyone who walks down these streets because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I just look out the window all day, like seriously. And she had her hair in a ponytail like this, and she had highlighter on right here that I could see from my window. Like, that's how much she was shining. And it was raining outside, and there was just water like falling down her shoulders, and it just like hit me, and I was like, wow, like, Grandma was right. That is the most beautiful person I have ever seen in my life. Like, she is literally glistening. She's shining just the same as Grandma had described this rock, or the guy that she used to work with and that I secretly think she's in love with. But just wow, she was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I was just watching her walk down the road. Don't know why she's walking down here, because no one here is worthy of all that beauty. This is not the best neighborhood. I was like, why are you here? Like, what the heck? I was gonna go out the door and just let her know she looks beautiful today. And when I opened the door, she was gone. She wasn't there. I was like, what the heck? Like, there's no way she made it past the point where I can't see her anymore. But it was just so weird that I was looking at these rocks, and then I saw her, and just crazy. But she really was gorgeous. I mean, like, wow, Grandma was not wrong.
I found this one very interesting. Yeah, but honestly though, I'm still kind of not 100% sure. I can deduce things, yes. Yes, they're talking about black people being beautiful. But what is she trying to say? Like, more, is there more to what she's trying to say other than just being beautiful? Is it that it's a revelation to them, they're just finding out? Or, you know? And another question is, what was her grandmother really thinking about that man? I mean, other than he's beautiful or other than he's good looking, but you know what? So I leave this one to you. I drop what you think in the comments, and we'll talk about it. Bless up. Thanks for watching.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the channel. Pretty so much lessons that we could learn from the video. And I think the brother asked a lot of question. Like, is it a revelation about something about black people that we need to know? You know, he asks this question, and I think that it's important for us to get to have a talk about it and understand. For my own understanding, this is a revelation that we need to take ourselves seriously, because there are some things that people see in us as black people, but we ourselves, we are not seeing it in us. Right? It's like you have something and you don't know the value of it. Black people, we are so much valuable. After all that history of hatred that black people have received from different places, it is time that we get to learn that the script can change, and we can be as valuable as just like any other person that you've ever seen before. Remember, after a long history of oppression, black people went through Jim Crow. And sadly enough, it was sad that some black people, due to hate that they had towards them because of some things that they were told, people could scrap their black skin off just to remain white. so that they can be white, so that they can look white, right? And this is something that is still happening to our brothers and mostly our sisters who want to look lighter, who want to look. I got no problem with people who look light or something. It's all beauty, and beauty comes in different shades, and black also comes in different shades, right? And I appreciate that because we have the biracial group of people who also have a combination of black and white people, right? Which comes with biracial kids, which it's still a variety of a black person. Remember, the black gene is so dominant. Anywhere a black gene will be mixed with any other color, trust me, there'll always be the dominant gene, and the other gene will always be the recessive gene. So this explains a lot of things, that the melanin itself that we have, it's really, really important. Okay, I could talk about a lot of things in this video at the same time, but let me just try to focus on what's really, really important. The brother asked a question. Is there some sort of revelation that we might be having, that this video might be revealing? And for me trying to think, I think it's yes. There is a revelation. The revelation is that we have always been lied to, and we have always been told the wrong narrative about how we look, about how we perceive ourselves. And it is a revelation for the young generation, people who are struggling with bleaching their skin, so that in the sense that they believe that having a different skin shade will make you look more appealing than just being black. I'm calling out Hispanics, I'm calling out white people, I'm calling out a couple of Africans, and I'm calling out every other person who hates themselves because of how they look. This video is a classical example that shows you people will always appreciate what they don't have. That's another answer that I'm gonna give it the brother, based on the story that the grandmother was trying to admire this young man. People will always admire what they can't have, and this also makes you understand one thing, and the thing is this: white people, they really need the melanin, right? They really need the melanin. Have you ever gone to a beach with going swimming with a couple of white people? They will always wear sandbands. But for you, a black person, you don't need to wear no sandband because you are protected, right? And that's something that they don't have. Or if they have, of course, every human being has melanin, but their concentration that they have is so little, like it's not that much as compared to that of a black person. This makes you special. And there's this tendency of human nature of wanting what we don't have. We'll always want what we don't have. And one thing that you gotta know, that you can't have it all, right? And black comes in different shade. So you might be a black person, but you're still in a white skin. You might be a black person who is in a brown skin. You might be a black person who is in a black skin. And black comes in different shades. And I think this video is trying to remind us how important we are, even after the full history of oppression, and know that it's tendency of human nature to always want what they cannot have. These are presented Generic Stories. I hope you will see me on my next video. This one was a good one, and I liked the questions that the brother asked at the end of the video, because they'll help you try to reflect a couple of things. Of course, when he asked the question, I tried to reflect a couple of things that he was trying to say. These are presented Generic Stories, and I think that I'm going to be seeing you in my next video. Until then, peace, love, and harmony. And hey, if you're watching this video for the first time, again, I'll ask you kindly, if you wish to join our membership. I bring different types of videos on my channel, especially if they are always educative. Join our membership, really get to see what we can offer you. And if you wish to buy me a coffee, I have my Cash App account on my bio. You know, you can buy me a coffee. I'll most definitely appreciate. Until then, let me see you in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.